Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss about one more important topic, that is biodiversity. What is the meaning of biodiversity? The biodiversity means especially for variations in an earth. For example, in an earth, if you observe it there, we are observed different types of plant, different types of animal, different types of microorganism, so many varieties of living organism, varieties of life in an earth. What is biodiversity? Bio means what? Living organisms, living things. Diversity means variations, variability between the organisms. Even one species, okay, even species level, even genetic level, even ecosystem having lot of differences throughout the world. In an earth, we will observe in some places or the ecosystem, that means factors, especially for whatever physical, chemical factors, everything is different in an earth. Not in equal in all regions, all in an earth. So that these variations, these differences, these variabilities between the living organisms. If you observe it, their plants are not look like same. Okay, plants, even animals also not look like same. Even one species also. What is the meaning of species? Which are resembled in characters, which are same genetic level, same number of genes are same, which are freely mating. That animals also are showing lot of variations, variability between them. That is called biodiversity. Biodiversity. Diversity means variabilities, varieties of life in an earth. Okay, variety of life, varieties, different varieties of life, differences between the organism, between the ecosystem, between the species, we can call what? Biodiversity. Why? Because the biodiversity is very important. Why? Because we have to discuss about biodiversity. Biodiversity nowadays very important for every living organism, is very important in nature. In nature, every living organism play very important role. Okay, so that biodiversity is very important, so that we have to discuss about biodiversity and its conservation. Okay, now first of all we have to discuss about the biodiversity definition. Already we learned. Okay, biodiversity is nothing but variety and variability of life and earth. Variety and variability of life and earth, that is called biodiversity. Okay, and if you observe it there, in an earth, generally we know maybe 2-3 types of varieties of ants, but around the world, especially 20,000 species of ants. Only ants only. In that ants are one species. What is species? Which are same characters, which are number of genes are same, number of chromosomes are same, and which are freely mating, that organisms we can call one species. If you observe, even in ants, in that ants, 20,000 species is there. Try to think how much differences is there between them, how much biodiversity between them. And 3 lakh species of what? Beetles. Just think about that one. The beetles are 3 lakhs. 28,000 species of fishes and 20,000 species of orchids. If you observe these animals, only in one species also having the differences, diversity we will observe in these animals. Ants, 20,000 ants is there, 20,000 species of ants. If you observe the diversity between the organisms, only one species having what? 20,000 varieties, 3 lakh species of beetles, 28,000 species of fishes, 20,000 fishes of orchids. That means between the living organisms and in ecosystem and genetic level, lot of variabilities or varieties is there. So that is called biodiversity. Okay, Actually, the biodiversity, the word popularized by the scientist name is Edward Wilson. It especially for the term biodiversity is popularized by Edward Wilson, the scientist name. He described the combined diversity at all levels of biological organization. The most important of them are genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecological diversity. That means he described what various types of diversity between the organisms. One is species diversity. Genetic diversity. What is genetic diversity? Genetic level. A single species, in a single species, might show high diversity at the genetic level. Even in single species also, even in genetic level, genetic variations also we will see. In a one single species, in genetic level, especially number of chromosomes, the mutations in chromosomes, in genetic level we will observe small differences between them in a one species. Okay, a single species might show high diversity at the genetic level. For example, Rauwolfia umitoria. These are grown in Himalaya regions. Rauwolfia umitoria. Especially for it is giving which type of chemical? Resorpin. Resorpin is useful as a Malarian drug. Actually, in this Rauwolfia umitoria, which are grown in Himalayan regions, these plant, whatever chemical it will be producing, in that chemical also chemical composition is different. They are showing variations. They are going in one region only, Himalayan region, but they are showing little bit variation between them in external and internal characters. And even rice varieties, if you observe the genetic varieties of rice strains, 50,000 varieties of rice. Rice is a one species. In a single species, they are showing high diversity. Even rice showing 50,000 varieties. Maybe we know 3-4 types of varieties of rice maybe, but around the world 50,000 varieties of rice and 1,000 varieties of mangoes. Maybe we know 1 or 2 types, or maybe 4 or 5 types, but 1,000 varieties of mangoes is there in a one species. Mango is a one species. In that also having varieties, 1,000 varieties. Rice, paddy, in that also 50,000 varieties of paddy you will observe this is genetic diversity. In a one species we are observed genetic level diversities in one species. Okay, and next one, species level diversity. First genetic level diversity, species level between different species. The diversity at species level. Species means what? Which are resembled in one species. And if you observe, for example, Western Ghats have greater amphibian species. The amphibians are greater amphibian species diversity, where we are observed that one Western Ghats. In Western Ghats area, we are observed a greater amphibians, you know, frog is the example of amphibian. Like that, in Western Ghats we are observed various species of what? Amphibians. Then the Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats we are observed very less species of what? Amphibians. But in Western Ghats we are observed so many varieties, so many species we will observe, amphibian species we will observe in Western Ghats. So that species levels also there are showing the what differences or varieties. And third one, ecological diversity, ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Ecological, ecois means living place, habitat. Even at the ecosystem level, what is the meaning of ecosystem? Group of biotic and abiotic components. Even ecosystem levels also there are showing what differences. For example, if you took the India example, In India, we will observe deserts, rainforest, mangroves, coral reefs, wetlands, estuaries, alpine meadows. Alpine meadows means what? Without trees. Tundra, example tundra. Okay, these are in India. We will observe in India is in an ecosystem. In that ecosystem, in India ecosystem, we will observe varieties of land, varieties of what? Okay, varieties of what? Deserts, rainforest, mangroves, coral reefs, wetlands, estuaries, especially alpine meadows, and greater ecosystem diversity than Scandinavian country like Norway. Norway also different culture, different linguistic. The languages also different. The people using different languages in Norway. So that is called Scandinavian country. Compare with Norway, in India having lot of ecosystem, between ecosystem. In ecosystem, India ecosystem showing lot of diversity. Compare with Norway ecosystem diversity. Norway also different culture, different areas, but compare with Norway in India showing what? Lot of varieties of land, lot of varieties of ecosystem. Here if you observe then deserts, there is no plants, no water, rainforest, and mangroves which are grown in seashore areas, coral reefs in water, wetlands, estuaries which are grown nearby rivers, okay, and alpine meadows without trees, tundra area. That means if we will observe lot of differences in India ecosystem, compare with Norway ecosystem. Okay, so that what is biodiversity? And the scientist name is Edward Wilson described varieties of diversity, genetic level of diversity, species level of diversity, ecological diversity. Okay, next class we will discuss about that. Okay, now we are going to discuss how many species are there in an earth and how many in India. That means number of species, number of plants, number of animals, number of microorganisms around the world in an earth, in an India. Okay, actually the living organisms are enormous. That means not possible to, okay, especially for classified, not possible to identify all organisms. So there are so many organisms, right now also so many organisms are not classified, not identified. So that as per IUCN, what is IUCN? The IUCN means International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. As per IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, at the time of 2004, the period of 2004, they identified and described 1.5 million of plants and animals. At 2004. At now, 8.7 million of species are exist on Earth. 8.7 millions of species are exist on Earth. As per IUCN at 2004, they described what, especially they identified 1.5 millions of plants and animals. Right now, 8.7 millions of species are exist and living on Earth. Okay, what about India? In India, displays significant biodiversity. India is a mega diversity. Why it is a mega diversity? What is mega diversity? Mega diversity means in that planet, in that earth, in that country, varieties of plants and animals are living. Compared with other countries, especially for mega means what? Large varieties of plants and animals are living in this region. So that India is also occupied 12th mega diversity. It is occupied. Okay. Why India is called what? India is called mega diversity center. Very, very important. Because why it is called mega diversity center? Because of large number and varieties of organisms are found in this country. So that it is called mega diversity. India is a mega diversity center. How can you say India is a mega diversity center? In India, a large number and the varieties of organisms are found in this country. So that it is called mega diversity. There are over 40,000 species of plants and now 90,000 species of animals are living in India. Approximately 40,000 species of plants, 90,000 species of animals are living in India. Okay, so that India occupied 12th place out of 17 mega diversities. Out of 17 mega diversities, India occupied 12th mega diversity. Okay, here which country is the first place? Which is the first place occupied mega diversity? That is Brazil. Second, China, Peru, Mexico, America. Okay, so many. That means these are the places we can call mega diversity places. Okay, and if you observe it there, in global wise, 70% of animals are living in global. That means an earth. In that 22% are plants, gymnosperms, angiosperms, bryophytes, fungus. All are 22%. Remaining are insects. Remaining what are the microorganisms? In that 70% of species, in that again 70% of species are animals. In that animals, again 70% are insects only. So that Arthropoda, largest phylum. So that insects occupied more place. That means around the world, insects are more. Okay, out of 10 animals, 7 are insects. Out of 10 animals, 7 are insects. Remaining other animals. 3 are other animals. Out of, for example, out of 10 animals, 7 animals are insects. So that what around the world, 70% of animals are living, 22% plants, species are plants, and remaining microorganisms. And in that 70% of animal species, in that again 70% of insects. Out of 10 animals, 7 are insects only. Okay, I am told what India is a mega diversity. Why it is mega diversity again? In that geographically it is showing diversity, climatic diversity, hot, some areas are hot, some areas are cold, and biological diversity, genetic diversity, and species diversity, ecosystem diversity, and habitat diversity, ecosystem diversity, and cultural diversity. India, we are observing India, various types of diversities in India. Okay, geographical diversities, climatic diversities, biological diversities, habitat diversities, cultural diversities in India. Okay, if you observe throughout the world, in India, displays significant biodiversity. 7.6 of all mammalians, 12.6 of all avians, 6.2 of all reptilians, 4.4% of all amphibians, 11.7% of all fishes, 6% of all flowering plant species are there in India. So that India is a mega diversity compared with what, especially Brazil occupied first place and India occupied 12th place. Okay, so that India is called mega diversity. We will observe various type of plants and animals and microorganisms, and also ecosystem, biodiversity, and climatic conditions also different in India. Okay, habitat also different, deserts and also rainforest habitats also different in India. Cultural diversity, we will observe different types of culture. Geographical diversity we will observe in India. So that India is called mega diversity center. Okay, these pie diagrams are representing what global diversity, how many invertebrates is there, in an earth, how many vertebrates is there in an earth, how many plants is there in an earth. Okay, if you observe their first diagram, invertebrates which do not have spinal cord. The invertebrates, already I am told, out of 10 animals, 7 are insects only. So that insects occupy 70% of earth. And the remaining what molluscs and some crustaceans, some other animals. That means if you observe invertebrates mean Porifera, Coelenterata, Blattae, Memphis, Nematolemanthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. In that Arthropoda, especially for insects, occupied more space. 70%, more than 70% of space is occupied with what? Insects only. Remaining, okay, other animals, crustaceans, maybe 10%, 20%, okay, 18 to 20% molluscs occupied in an earth. If you observe vertebrates, the vertebrates are 50% are fishes. Vertebrates mean which is having spinal cord. The vertebrates occupied 50% what, especially for fishes, 20% mammals, 20% okay, reptiles, birds and amphibians. Remaining 50% occupied with what? These four, mammals, birds, reptiles and amphibians. 50% occupied with what? Fishes. And if you observe the plants, especially plants, gymnosperms, angiosperms, fungus, algae, 50%, especially 40% of fungus and remaining 10 to 50% of algae, lichens, and also especially 40% occupied with angiosperms. What is angiosperms? Angiosperms nothing but what? Lichens. Sorry, flowering plants. That means here if you observe it there, in an earth, if you observe the plants, approximately 40% of fungus are occupied, 40% of angiosperms are flowering plants are occupied. Remaining 20% lichens, algae, mosses and fern plants are occupied in an earth. Okay, so that these are represent how many animals is there, which type of animals are what occupied, distributed throughout the earth. Okay, for example, first of all, invertebrates. The most insects are in that invertebrates. 70% of insects are occupied earth. Here 50% vertebrates are occupied earth, and especially for angiosperms and fungus are occupied 40% of earth, especially distributed throughout the earth. Okay, these three diagrams represent how many animals, which type of animals are having distributed in an earth.